In this month's Max Masterclass, he enlists the help of two front rowers.
So with me today I have Etienne Fynn, former Springbok front row, and he runs the academy at the Sharks. And with me I also have Jannie du Plessis, who's the current tight head for the Springboks, 50-odd games. Guys, welcome. One of the biggest problems we have today in the game of rugby is the scrum, with the new rules and the collapses and everything going in. So I'd just like you to share with us today the basics of from a tight head and then a loose head, how you go into a scrum, your binding, your feet position, and over to you, Jannie.
Mr. Mac, I do think it's a big problem, and if we can solve it, it would definitely lead to much less frustration. So I hope this can help. From a tight head point of view, you want to set yourself up square with your opposition, because if you square, you can attack him going forward, and if the right hand side of the scrum goes forward, it's easier for your 9 to play, or if your 8 wants to pick it, it gives him 2 or 3 paces on the opposition flank. The 3 calls currently being used is crouch, bind, set. So on the crouch, you would want to get a good height where you are comfortable at scrumming. Then on the bind, you want a long arm, and you want to grip the jersey quite tight so that you can pull off there. And on the set, you want to set going forward, and if you go forward, you pull with your arm, so that this whole complex, your shoulder, your trap, and your lat, and all that works together, and it's as tight as possible, so that you can keep on going forward while he's trying to attack you.
Now, on the loose head side, is it different? Is it slightly different?
A loose head and a tight head prop is completely different. I think in layman's terms, people think it's very similar, but it's a whole different position. Your setup is different because you want your one leg a little bit forward so that you can generate speed to attack the guy, but your bind is also very, very, very different. So on the loose head side, you want to bind long. So you want, because the tight head binds over the loose head and the loose head binds under, you want a sort of a long bind, so that just what I explained, where the tight head tries to bend your neck, it's more difficult for him to do that. So you want to present yourself in a manner where you can bind long, and then after the hit, you also pull, but you turn your arm so that it's more difficult for the tight head to sort of bring you down, and that will also enable the scrum to stay up more easily.
Okay, so let's see that now. Let's go into it.
It's important to stay close to your hooker by driving with your outside foot, because the tight head tries to split the hooker and the loose head prop. So it's important, as Jannie said, that your left foot is up, but you use that to drive in on the inside, to drive inward, so you tighten your hooker, and it's not a foot you push in off, it's a foot that keeps you tight on the hooker and allows you to keep square, keep that tight head square and honest.
There you have it, folks, and I hope that these tips will help you to have a far more steady scrum, because at the end of the day, that's where the game starts, up front. And if you're aggressive in the scrumming, you'll be aggressive in the rest of your game. Thanks, Etienne. Thanks, Jannie.
Pleasure, Mr. Mac.